everybody, and welcome to the September 2023 Blu-ray and DVD collection. It's been a while since I've done one of these videos. I think the last time I did was February 2021. So it's been a while. The collection has really grown since then. I'm also trying not to mumble over my words, because I know that's a big problem with a lot of my previous videos. So I'm definitely going to try to do my best at it. This is like my first attempt at recording something in like over a year. So here we go. Let's start this up. First up, we have the Doctor Who collection, of course. I have some First Doctor DVDs at the beginning here. Of course, I've always had this. This is the Unearthly Child DVD. I've always had these two sets. It's one set, but I don't have the outer box anymore. And then, of course, the Daleks and the Edge of Destruction. And then we have the Keys of Marinus. The Aztecs Special Edition, which also includes Galaxy 4, although we'll talk about that in just a moment. And then the Sensorites. This is the re-release version that's manufactured on demand, so it's a DVD-R or on demand, so but it's official. I remember seeing like a review for like one of the Third Doctor releases, like, "This is fake, it's been burned." It's like, no, that's just how the programming works. And then here we go, we have Galaxy 4, the animated version from 2021 by Big Finish Creative. This is actually the first one they released on Blu-ray here. Albeit with like 1-6 in black and white, 4 and 5 in color. I don't know how that got screwed up, but it's only a 4-parter, and only episode 3 exists, and so they include the original episode 3 on here, as well as a reconstruction and all that. So I think this is like an updated version of the reconstruction that was on the DVD, because the DVD had a reconstruction on it, but it was condensed. So yeah, I don't know why every other one before this was only on DVD over here. This is only on Blu-ray over here, which is kind of funny. And then these next few are Second Doctor animations. This first one being the Power of the Daleks Special Edition, which they didn't release over here at all, not even DVD at all. So I just picked up the UK Blu-ray. This one is like not in color; it's just in black and white with a reconstruction. So, and it's region free, and my LG player could play it just fine. So yeah, you got 3 discs. It's like an entire disc of just special features on this set. This is like the most packed release for a story that's ever been, I think. It's really packed to the brim with a lot of stuff on there. And we have Abominable Snowman, the most recent animation. Obviously, the next one will be the Underwater Menace, which just got announced recently. So yeah, this is like the last one that Big Finish Creative did. I have no idea if they're going to do any more, but this is their latest one. So the last one of the BBC America ones anyway. So yeah. And then we have Fear from the Deep, which is again only released on DVD over here, so I picked up the UK Blu-ray. So yeah. And next up we have Spearhead from Space, the only classic series story to be recorded entirely on film, so it's the only one they'd be entirely in HD. There's film segments in sort of the main production shooting, but not all of them exist, so not all of them are on HD on these sets here, which, starting with, I do not have Season 2 yet, but I do have Season 8, or the second season of John Pertwee, which includes Terror of the Old Towns, The Mind of Evil, The Claws of Axos, Colony in Space, and The Demons. I do not have Season 9 either, but I do have Season 10, which includes The 3 Doctors, Carnival Monsters, Frontier in Space, Planet of the Daleks, and The Green Death. And then Season 12, or the first season of Tom Baker, which includes Robot, The Ark in Space, The Centauran Experiment, Genesis of the Daleks, and Revenge of the Cybermen. Season 14, or the third season of Tom Baker, which includes The Mask of Mandragora, The Hand of Fear, The Deadly Assassin, The Face of Evil, The Ropes of Death, and The Talons of Wen Chiang. season 17 of the 6th season of Tom Baker, which includes Destiny of the Daleks, City of Death, The Creature from the Pit, Nightmare of Eden, and The Horns of Nymon, as well as including Shada, which was never completed or broadcast back in the day, but has been completed with animation for this set. They did have a prior 2017 animation. It's just an updated version of that in 6 episodes, because the 2017 version was in omnibus movie format, and it was kind of hard for me to get into it. So hopefully that will be easier to get into this time. Then we have season 18, the 7th season of Tom Baker, which includes The Leisure Hive, Megalos, Full Circle, State of Decay, Warriors Gate, The Cube of Traken, and Logopolis. And then season 19, well, the first season of Peter Davison, where we have Castrovalva, Fort of Doomsday, Kinda, The Visitation, Black Orchid, Earthshock, and Time Flight. And I don't have season 22 yet, but I do have season 23, the 2nd season of Colin Baker, which includes The Trial of the Time Lord, although it's misspelled on here as Trial of the Time Lord, and Time Lord is spelled as one word. It aggravates me, but I'd included the segments of The Mysterious Planet, Mind Warp, Terror of the Voids, and The Ultimate Foe. I have to adjust my back because I'm like kneeling for this. Season 24, or the first season of Sylvester McCoy, which includes Time in the Rani, Paradise Towers, Death in the Bandit, and Dragonfire. Also, this and season 12 when I want to add the proper colored backs the UK sets have. All the other ones are like a gray color, which is a bit boring, unfortunately. And then we have season 26, the final romp of the classic series, or the 3rd season of Mr. McCoy, which includes Battlefield, Ghostlight, The Curse of Fenric, and Survival. And unfortunately, my copy is now busted up, unfortunately. But I can still get the disc is fine, it holds the disc is fine, but still a shame. I don't have the movie, I don't have Series 1. I still haven't reacquired Series 1 yet, but I do have Series 2 through 4, and the specials is part of the complete David Tennant collection. This came out in 2019, and we finally had available versions of Series 2 to 4 on Blu-ray, because it did come out on Blu-ray in 2013 as part of the That Big Box set, but they weren't released individually. They planned to, but they canceled them for whatever reason. This basically includes everything. So it even has the 2 animated specials, as well as Wedding of Sarah Jane Smith in high def for the first time. It says Series 3 of Sarah Jane Adventures was shot in HD, but wasn't released on Blu-ray, not even in the UK. And a brand new David Tennant interview that they had for the End of Time with this artwork. They broadcast End of Time for its 10th anniversary and had that interview attached. So, yeah. We're getting new remastered versions of Series 1 to 4. It's also going to be coming out in the UK in a nice box set. And it's going to be coming out here as part of a Series 1 to 13 box set. So I may get that even if I have all of David Tennant and Matt Smith. Next up is Series 5. This is the standard non-limited edition. It had the first printing had a lenticular cover, 3 art cards. My bootleg DVD that I had before this was that edition, because that's the only one they actually copied. They later just released it with a plain cover, no art cards. But I do want to track down the lenticular version with the art cards, because it's just cool. And this, I think it's the only art cards I ever got here, because I believe the Whittaker era sets had art cards, but we didn't get the art cards here, and that's just irritating to me. Series 6. There's no fancy edition of this. There is one in the UK where it has a silent space, like The Simpsons. Those Simpsons DVD boxes. I'm not bothering to get that. Series 7. I guess I could get the DVD of it to get the 3rd disc card, but it's not that big of a priority. It's a bigger priority to get the Good as Gold's mini episode, which is only on the UK set. It's not on this set. This set has the Nerdist interview instead, exclusive to it, because it came out a month or so before the UK did. So that's why it has different cover art. And then you have the Day of the Doctor. It says it has the trading card set. The This copy that I bought did not come with that trading card set, but it did come with a link to their slipcover at least. Although it's a bit dinged up. The Time of the Doctor. So I have basically the entire Matt Smith era on Blu-ray, as well as David Tennant in that one handy set. And then this is the only thing of Peter Capaldi they have, Twice Upon a Time, my first ever Blu-ray. It's a bit worn, but it's not as worn as Day of the Doctor, because Day of the Doctor I bought used online. This one I bought new. So yeah, I don't have any Whitaker yet because I just haven't got around to it. So, and then we have sort of my tiny spin-off section. I only have the first 3 seasons of the Sarah Jane Adventures. So these are only on DVD. And then Series 2. And Series 3. It ran for 4.5 seasons, I guess, technically. I just don't have the 4th or 5th series sets, which they're released on Blu-ray in the UK, but they're both out of print now. And then I have a small Big Finish section, where we have Blood of the Daleks Part 1. And then Blood of the Daleks Part 2 with Haley Atwell. I actually never noticed that initially, but it's Haley Atwell. Peggy Carter herself. And then we have the 9th Doctor Adventures, Series 1, Volume 1, Ravagers, or just simply Ravagers, I guess. But it's the first volume of the first series. So this is the first ever set where Chris Jackson came back to play the Doctor. So we have Spear of Freedom, Cataclysm, and Food Fight. This is an okay box set. It was great at the time when I listened to it, but the box set that immediately followed this, Respond to All Calls, is so much better than this. So that range is great, though. And then we have a television soundtrack, Series 4, The Specials. So it comes with the music of The Next Doctor, Planet of the Dead, The Waters of Mars, and The End of Time. So yeah. And then we have the 11th Doctor Chronicles Volume 3, Geronimo. Volume 3 shouldn't deceive you. This is like a new series that's like a 4 box set long series. This is the first box set. They just had 2 volumes prior to this of different adventures throughout the 11th Doctor's timeline. So this one is in between the Snowmen. Would be in between Angels Take Manhattan and Snowmen. So adventures in this outfit, which is pretty cool. And then holding up my CDs here is just Greatest Hits of Journey. So yeah. Now I'm going to take all this front row off, and then we'll look at the CDs in the back. All right. So this is what I have in the back of this, the back of the shelf, and it's all the Lost TV episodes box sets, which some I have duplicated in animated releases and that. But here we go. We have Collection 1, 1964 to 1965, which includes Marco Polo, The Reign of Terror, The Crusade, Galaxy 4, and The Mythmakers. I'm not going to bother taking these out. I've done videos about them. And I'm probably going to do a whole video about just looking at the entire set, because a lot of those older videos just aren't that good. So I'll do a whole look at the entire collection. So you have Collection 2, 1965 to 1966. It includes The Doc's Master Plan, The Massacre, The Celestial Toymaker, The Savages, and the Lost Episodes BBC. It's a radio program. I'm not sure when it originally aired, but apparently from Archive on 4. And then we have Collection 3, 1966 to 1967, which includes The Smugglers, The 10th Planet, The Pile of the Daleks, Highlanders, Honor One Menace, The Moon Base, and the radio program Dance of Daleks. And we have Collection 4, 1967, which includes The Macro Terror, The Faceless Ones, The Evil Daleks, The Abominable Snowmen, and The Ice Warriors. And then this one I had to be a little bit careful with because shipping wasn't kind to this box. Collection 5, 1967 to 1969, which includes The End of the World, The Web of Fear, Fear from the Deep, The Bill in Space, The Invasion, and The Space Pirates. And then Collection 6, TV Episodes, Collection 6. Now, they renamed it for this one because all 6 stories in this exist in their full forms. They also released them back in 2006, 2009, so they re-released it in this box set here, where we have the Sensorites, the Romans, the Space Museum, the Ark, the Gunfighters, and the War Machines. And then I have a short Target book collection. I'm going to slowly expand this out over time. So first up we have Doctor Who and the Daleks, or as it's always been called, Doctor Who: An Exciting Adventure with the Daleks. But they did shorten it Doctor Who and the Daleks for Target editions. So this is the 2011 BBC Books edition, because it's relatively cheap. This one I'm a bit sad about, because it's one of the rarer novels, unfortunately. We have The Wheel in Space from 1988. The cover is all like water damaged and that, and I'm just kicking myself for letting that happen because it's at least $50 just to get a new edition of it. It's readable, I guess, and then we have one of the newer Target novelizations, the TV movie. So this is part of Wave 2 in 2021. I do need to get actual proper new series ones they have as part of this wave, but yeah, or part of the series, I guess. And then I have this NSA, or one of the Prestige new series adventures. It doesn't say on the front cover, but it does say on the spine, The Coming of the Terra Files by Michael Moorcock. And paperback, I'm going to try to get in hardback, because I'm going to try to collect those new series adventures in hardback. And the last two at the end here are little supplemental books. We have the TARDIS Handbook, which I've had for a while. And then we have the Time Traveler's Journal, which was released in the 12th Doctor era. So this is like a do-it-yourself kind of book where you do fill in stuff, and it's pretty cool. And next up, we're going to go to the shelf below us to look at everything else. That's obviously not Doctor Who. Just a moment. Alright, welcome back to the second shelf. So all this is all just the superhero stuff, so like Marvel, DC, we have Star Wars, Star Trek, and then the rest of the stuff at the end here. Let me redirect the camera real quick, okay. So first up, we have a new addition to the collection, the original Iron Man Blu-ray, the Ultimate 2-disc edition from Paramount. And you see the slipcover is actually slightly shorter than the actual case. The case pokes out a bit. That's the case for all those old Paramount releases, as far as I know. And Deadpool, I put this as part of the MCU because of the third movie. We have, obviously, the first Deadpool from, obviously, the original Fox era. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Black Panther. I've had these for a while. Avengers Infinity War. Deadpool 2, the Super Duper Cut. This has both cuts of the movie on it. That was after Endgame. No, after Infinity War, sorry. Avengers Endgame. Spider-Man, Far From Home. And then we're actually finally getting releases of the shows on Blu-ray. So starting with the first season of Loki and WandaVision, which would slide right after Far From Home. But first up, we have Black Widow in the red case. I don't know why they bothered to do a red case for this if they weren't going to do a slipcover for it. That was irritating. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings in 4K. I grabbed this because it had better cover artwork than the standard Blu-rays, and it has slipcover. So I just don't like these slipcovers because they're the rounded ones for 4K, which I don't like. And we have Spider-Man No Way Home. This is a bit of a terrible cover. It just shows Spider-Man Doctor Strange. It doesn't really look that nice. Then we have Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness. This is the last one they didn't have a slipcover on. And the first one they changed to this template over here, not the silver banner. Also, they were going to release this with a red case, but they decided against it for whatever reason. This did insanely well for what it was. I don't like this movie, but apparently it did really well for what it did, but they didn't want to give it a good home media presentation, at least until The Love of Thunder, where we have the return of the slipcover, so we have embossed and shininess on here. Regardless of what you think about this movie, I think this is a really nice slipcover. I personally enjoy this movie for what it is. It is not a perfect Thor movie, and it could have been a whole lot better than it was, but I don't mind it for what it is. That's probably going to be a controversial take right there. I used to think it was better than Ragnarok, but it's definitely not better than Ragnarok. Then we have Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Great movie, that. And the latest movie, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I did not have Quantumania at this time. But hopefully I'll have like the same case brand this has. This one and Wakanda Forever have the finest products brand, which is really nice. I'm glad that it's actually starting to fully take over slowly, surely, because I much prefer it over Viva Elite. And hopefully it comes with a nice slipcover like this. I imagine it does if Wakanda Forever, The Love of Thunder, and Guardians of the Galaxy come with it. And then next up, we have the last Marvel movie, Howard the Duck, on 4K. This comes from Universal, I believe. Yeah, this comes from Universal, so like the slipcover is a normal slipcover, and I much prefer that. And then next up, we have our DC collection. We have Wonder Woman, just this regular movie on Blu-ray, no slipcover. Shazam, got a nice lenticular slipcover. It's not 3D, but it does come with a nice slipcover. Great movie, that. Birds of Prey and the Fantastic Emancipation of One Harley Quinn, or probably better titled Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey. I believe it was marked as Harley Quinn Birds of Prey in other territories, but it's basically a Harley Quinn movie featuring the Birds of Prey. I'm not sure why they made Birds of Prey the main title, but I enjoy this movie a lot. So I don't really care about what people say about it. And then we have Black Adam. It's going to change the hierarchy of the DCEU. Yeah, good job. Good job there. This is an alright movie. The second half is definitely much preferable to the first half, but it's alright for what it is. I have to split it open like that. Then we have Shazam, Fear of the Gods. It's a shame this did terribly in theaters because I thought it was a great follow-up to the first movie. It's not better than the first movie. I mean, nothing's going to be better than the first movie unless you're Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. But this was pretty good. It's a shame that it doesn't get the love it deserves. Now, I own this out of just obligation, sort of. But this is The Flash. Why does this exist? It's probably one of the worst superhero films I've ever seen. Jessica Kale is pretty good as Supergirl, but she's wasted in this movie, unfortunately. I hope she becomes the Supergirl of the new DCU and Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, but that's not a guarantee, unfortunately. Probably because if this movie did terribly, she's probably not going to be able to carry over, unfortunately. And then we have Joker, which the sequel, Joker Folio Do. I'm not sure how exactly pronounced, but the musical sequel is going to be coming out next year, and I'm very excited to see that because I liked this first one. And then we have some animated shows, both Batman the complete animated series, so all the episodes, including the 2 movies, Mask of the Phantasm and Batman Face for Face Sub-Zero. And then we have Batman Beyond, which includes the Return of the Joker movie in its original long-cut version. So that's all the Marvel DC stuff. Next up, we have Star Wars, where we have Star Wars A New Hope. These are the last time they released the original trilogy. Original unaltered trilogy, I should say. So on a bonus disc, they included the unaltered movie, but it's mainly the special editions from 2004. Empire Strikes Back. These are the slim case ones. I've seen them in full-size cases. I want to get those instead, but these work fine. And Return of the Jedi. And then I have the over-deluxe 3D version of The Force Awakens. It just comes with 3D, Blu-ray, DVD, bonus Blu-ray. hopefully release Ando on Blu-ray because I'll pick that up day one. And I'm not even finished watching that show. And then I have Last Jedi. I own this on Blu-ray as a statement because I love this movie. And then we have Star Trek, the original series, on Steelbook. So this is season 1. Season 2. And season 3. I've seen the first season of Strange New Worlds and a little bit of season 2. Strange New Worlds is really, really good, and I really want to be able to get in this properly. So hopefully soon. I'm probably going to be picking up Strange New Worlds in Steelbook to match these. Next up, we have a tiny, tiny Pixar collection. We have Ratatouille with its original slipcover. This was a lucky find at a Goodwill. Toy Story 4, which I picked up at like Walgreens or something like that. It just comes with the 2 Blu-ray discs, no DVD or digital, but it's fine by me. Sonic the Hedgehog, the limited collector edition that has the 4 art cards in it. I still need to pick up the second movie, hopefully in Steelbook. I wanted it in Steelbook, but I probably missed out on my chance on that, unfortunately. And then we have the Super Mario Brothers movie from Illumination. This is pretty good. I mean, there's not that much plot to the movie, but it's really good for, the Mario experience it is. I guess the only thing I can criticize about it, truly, is the music choices. Like, they could have easily had proper Mario music, but instead they chose music from the 80s for some weird goddamn reason. Then we have Detective Pikachu, or Pokemon Detective Pikachu. I just call it Detective Pikachu. There's supposed to be a sequel this coming. I know that initially they were working on a sequel, then they canceled it, and then they put it back into production again, and I haven't checked up on it since, so I don't know if it's gone through. And honestly, with the strikes, there's really there would be no way for it to go through. So I really hope the strikes resolve soon, the writers or actors get what they want, because Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? The complete series. I love Scooby-Doo. And I love Scoob, which they canceled the sequel for. I guess it was a spin-off / pseudo-sequel, but it's Scoob Holiday Haunt. It was supposed to release last Christmas. They canceled it. They would have finished the movie, but they canceled it. I don't know why. This movie was so fucking good. And I just don't understand the hate for this movie. At all. Yeah, Matthew Lillard is not the voice of Shaggy in this. And Mel Forte voices Fred, I believe. But I literally don't mind the actors in this. Like, they all perform the characters really well. I love this movie. I don't care what anyone says. Next up, we have Ice Age, the Ice Age collection. So this comes with Ice Age The Meltdown, Ice Age Dawn of the Dinosaurs, Ice Age Continental Drift, and Ice Age Collision Course. I doubt the Ice Age Adventures of Buckwell will ever come on Blu-ray. But I guess I'll pick it up for completeness sake. I don't consider it an Ice Age movie. And next up, we have the 2021 Tom Jerry movie. I have not seen it. I picked it up back when it came out just to see it, and I still have not seen it. I've seen the 1993 version, but haven't seen this. And the disc is missing, but I do have it digitally at least. And then we have Back to the Future, the Ultimate Trilogy. So this comes with parts 1, 2, and 3. Great trilogy. Like, it's an iconic trilogy. We have Power Rangers 2017. I really enjoyed this take on Power Rangers. I mean, yeah, it's Z-Ranger, Morphin, Mighty Morphin, rehashed again, but I like the take on it. It's a shame that they weren't able to do a second one to this, because they had a great cast and a great story, and it was pretty good. I have no idea what they're doing with the Power Rangers franchise, but I certainly don't like it. Cosmic Fury is going to be dog shit. I'm telling you, it's going to be dog shit. Next up, we have the Naruto Blu-ray sets. This is set 1, the first 27 episodes, I believe. So yeah, after you started, they're gonna release Shippuden set 1 this October, and that's probably gonna be 16 sets. That's gonna take a while to complete. In set 2, next 28 episodes. And then I have only up to set 3 so far. which includes 27 episodes. And I remember the 4 episodes I remember watching with Sound of Leaf arc. And that's in set 5. But there's like 2 like wraparound artworks. They come with a poster of it in the last set. So set 4 comes with the first one. Set 8 comes with the second one. And then we have my Tiny Kingdom Hill collection. We have season 1. These have not been made available on Blu-ray. So the 13th season was produced in high def and was released on Blu-ray, but none of these have been released on Blu-ray. They're only on DVD. Season 2. And starting with season 3, they went for double-sided discs, and they've never corrected them since. So even though I bought these, like these are the most recent editions of them, they're still on those double-sided discs for the seasons 3 to 4, and I only have the first 4. The rest of the series was released by Olive Films, and they released the 13th season on Blu-ray. So next up, we have what's in the back here. So I'm going to pull this stuff off. There's not that much back here at all. So I'm just going to take pretty much that much out. So first up, we have these discs that are sitting on top. Now these are companions to the 3 Deep Space Nine sets up here. So I'm going to go in order. Now I don't have season 3. We did have season 3 set, but I just kept this disc because part of the package was broken. The other ones were intact. Where we have a bonus disc on its own for some reason. This has a 10-minute bonus featurette on the USS Defiant. Why was this included separately? I have no idea. Season 4 has Bob's Blacksmith's Design of the Future and Sketchbook Jim Martin, The Deep Space Nine Chronicles, which tells 48 minutes. And then Season 5 bonus disc, which includes 2 featurettes, DS9 Sketchbook John Eaves and Ferengi Culture, which totals up to 17 minutes. So those are like less than 10 minutes. I don't know. But hold up, we have the DVD sets for Deep Space Nine. We have Season 1. No bonus disc for this one. It seems. Oh my god. Alright. Season 4. These are a little bit bulkier because they're 7 discs rather than 6 discs. And then Season 5. I'll collect the rest one day. Because it's likely it's probably never going to release on Blu-ray, so I'll just keep. In a sense, I was going to grab like the most recent DVD sets that they had. I'm doing it for Voyager, I think, but I might just collect these because even if they take up more shelf space, they have better packaging and look nicer than the current releases of them. And that's just how I feel about that. And then we have the Blade Trilogy. This is on DVD because apparently this stuff on here they never ported to the Blu-rays. There's a Blu-ray version of the set that I do want to pick up, but I just wanted to keep this because apparently stuff on here that has never been ported over. And then we have Dragon Ball GT, the complete series. I've been wanting to pick this up for forever. They had like a digipack set of it from Funimation for a long ass time with the 2 seasons and the movie. I don't know why they called it the seasons 1 and 2. You know, it's like 3 or 4 arcs, but it includes everything. This is actually the Crunchyroll re-release after Funimation was absorbed into Crunchyroll. And they've actually replaced the logo with the Japanese logo. But the discs are the exact same discs from the Funimation set, so they have the old logo on them. But yeah, I've been wanting to pick that up forever, and I finally own it. Inspector Gadget 2. Since these movies aren't on Blu-ray, I'm just going to pick on the DVD when I get the chance. So I have the second movie here. I had this up with the Doctor Who collection because Stephen Moffat and Mark Gatiss both work on Doctor Who. And it's a BBC show. But I've decided to move it down here because it's only on DVD. And I'm likely going to pick up the Blu-ray versions of it. But there's the season 1, which comes with The Study in Pink, The Blind Banker, and The Great Game. Or like feature like episodes, like 90 minutes. Then we have the 10 animated movie collection. Just a bunch of low-budget movies that are just kind of thrown onto 2 discs here. There's like 6 hours per disc. Yeah. And then the last one. I'm just going to let these below up because that's just going to be easier for me. We have Transformers, the complete series. So this has all 4 original seasons. The four seasons was like a 3-part miniseries that capped it off after the movie. I don't have the movie yet, but I will pick up the movie pretty soon. But this is just the entire original Generation 1 series. So I hope you enjoyed this sort of collection. A new collection video for the first time in like 2.5 years. So thank you, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.